Good evening and welcome inside the Campus Recreation and Wellness Center for some Friday night basketball. I'm Ryan Vieira, your man on the call for tonight's game between two of the top teams in the OCAA, the Algonquin Wolves and the Durham Lords. Both teams coming into this one with undefeated records, Algonquin 6-0 and the Lords 5-0. But after tonight, one of these teams will be going home with their first loss of the regular season. Algonquin starts with Deja McDonald wearing number 4, Sydney Moore wearing number 6, Libby Hurst wearing number 11, Megan McNamara wearing number 14. And right away here, the Algonquin Wolves, they're known for some pretty good offense, and they get off to a good start here. A layup right off the bat for Deja McDonald. Let's try to counter the other way with a quick shot by Glendening. That doesn't go, and quickly the other way, McDonald. She'll find more. Gives it up here. McNamara, or take that, Lyons puts it in. And quickly a 4-0 start here. The Algonquin Wolves not wasting any time, looking to keep their undefeated season alive. Lords looking to push quickly here. There's a 2 intended there from Gallimore. That doesn't go. Loose ball here, and jump ball is going to be called, or no, it's going to go the way of the Lords, as Thompson was right in there. So the Lords with a tough challenge on their hands here tonight. Algonquin not just known for their offense, but their defensive play as well. As Morrison fighting to try to get a shot up, but it's no good. And it's followed up here, back in, McDonald comes. Across center, working against Thompson here. She'll find Lyons. She'll put one up, and that's no good. Followed up here on the rebound. Hurst dragged down, and she'll get the benefit of the call, as the Wolves will get the ball back here. I think they're trying to figure out where this ball should be. And Moore will inbound it now, with Lippman standing right in front of her, and try to give it to Hurst, but it was blocked off of Hurst, and so the Lords will get the ball back. Was given up here to Thompson, the female athlete of the week for the Lords. Led Durham in scoring last week against Seneca with 23 points. Lippman across. Three-pointer here, and it's good. Emily Glendening, who's been hot from downtown lately, continues her role at that as of late, and that gets the Lords on the board. Wolves looking to respond here. Hurst, and a travel called. Lords get another turnover. And so another quick chance for Durham to respond right back here. Chance to take the lead here with Thompson leading the way here. Goes right to the basket, and she's fouled, and she'll head to the line for 2. Good eye by Thompson, driving in against McNamara. And she'll get her chance to get the first 2 points, get her first 2 points of the game. First one is good. And the Lords just settling things in here again, down 4-0 early, but they've managed to get some turnovers, make some plays on defense, and now they've gotten up to their first lead of the game as Thompson makes the 2 free throws from the line. So now Algonquin will look to respond here. Hurst in the paint, gets it out. Given now to McDonald. Now Moore gets away and puts it for Lyons, but her bid was a little too strong. Followed up here by Gallimore. She gets it ahead for Thompson. Deja Thompson pulls up the jumper. Got it. 4-0 run for Thompson, a 7-0 run for the Lords. Now the offense starting to click in a little bit. McDonald gives it up. That's McNamara for Moore. And she drives to the basket and gets the foul. Sydney Moore will go to the line for two here. Looking to end this run for the Lords. And she makes the first one. Important to note here, both teams with some lengthy time off as well. Durham's last game came last Tuesday with a win against Seneca, but the Algonquin Wolves haven't played for almost 2 weeks. Their last game was November the 12th, but they were supposed to play on November 18th last week against Georgian, but that game was decided by default. So both teams a little bit rusty coming into this one, having not played in a while, but the offense not disappointing so far as Moore makes the two free throws to get the Wolves back in the game. They get a turnover. And a little miscommunication there between Hurst and Moore, but they'll get the benefit of the doubt as Littleman touched it. And now they'll start to break it up here with Deja McDonald, defended by Thompson. Now gives it up. Hurst hits it into the paint, but a nice read by Morrison to intercept. Pass was intended for Hotherwall, but then now a three-pointer missed by Littleman. McDonald working against Littleman. Gets away, gets a shot from the paint that's too strong, and Thompson on the rebound, but no, she'll get the benefit of the doubt as the ball instead hit Leah Hurst, and the Lords will make their first substitution of the game here. Gallimore goes off, in comes Onika Leverage. Algonquin also made some changes as well, as Piper Hatherall now into the game, as that three-point shot just a little bit too strong, and we have a Lord down in the paint. That's Shay Littman, a little bit slow to get up. And referee telling both sides to go to their benches as Littman will be looked at here. Didn't exactly see what happened. Maybe just an awkward fall in the paint. All this coming almost 4 minutes into this game. And Littman now will get back onto her feet and head to the bench. So we'll see how that affects the Lords down the line as they lose Shay Littman, at least for the time being. We're not sure how serious this injury really is, but for now she will sit and be reevaluated. So in return, Hannah Heymanen will come on as the ball will be inbounded by the Algonquin Wolves here. They got off to a good start in this game as well, a 4-0 run to start, but ever since then, Durham with a 7-2 run. As Glendinning inbounds it for Thompson. She's defended here by Leah Hurst, and Libby Hurst coming in. Had the ball knocked away. She knocked it away from Thompson. And she also picking up the foul there as well, as the Lords will inbound this once again. Glendinning will give it up here. Morrison had it stripped away, but gets it right back. Working against McDonald, and driving to the net was Heymanen. Couldn't quite knock it in, and now the Wolves will come back the other way. McDonald gives it up. Hatherall will send it back for Moore. Cuts in, gives it up. Libby Hurst up high. Now she gets it back and finally taken away. Shot clock violation. Morrison quickly the other way, and she was trying to make a pass there to Hymanen. It was intercepted. But luckily the Lords will get this back as the ball went out of bounds. So a couple substitutions here. Libby Hurst and Sydney Moore coming out. And quickly a takeaway here. Driving to the net is McDonald, and she lays it in to give the Algonquin Wolves back the lead. So the Lord's 7-0 run quickly evaporated here. They look to get some offense going again as Leverage gives it up for Morrison. He's guarded by McDonald. Leverage sets the screen that opens up a shot for Morrison, but just short. And a nice play by Leverage, saving it. A three-point shot from Glendening off target. Good play by Leverage to go over and save it, get a second chance opportunity, but unfortunately, Emily Glendening comes up short from her spot. Now McNamara back out there. Sees a lane, but gets taken down, a foul called. That'll be the second team foul of the quarter for the Lords. And so Algonquin will have to inbound here. Well, some good news as well for the Lords. Shea Littman will come back out. Morrison checks out. So the injury not as serious as it looked for Shea Littman. Up top now, it's McDonald. Gives it up. Lions, three-point shot, way too strong. Rebound gathered back up, and a hard hit there. And McDonald went down. She was hit or collided with Onika Leverage. And now once again the teams will be sent to their benches as now Deja McDonald in some difficulty. As we mentioned, Shea Littleman was in some discomfort earlier on, and now Deja McDonald sitting on 4 points so far for Algonquin, and some discomfort now as well. Looked like a collision in that key area, right by the three-point line, or the free throw line, I should say. And Deja McDonald, much smaller than Onika Leverage, got the worst of it. Maybe fell into an awkward area. And we have our second injury of this first quarter. And once again, or luckily, good to see, McDonald gets back up and she's assisted to her bench. And now she'll be reevaluated. So the two number 4s for both teams suffering some injuries in this game, or some minor injuries for the time being. All this with 4:18 left in this first quarter. Tight start so far for both teams. Algonquin on the edge of it with an 8-7 lead over the Lords. Asia Thompson leading the way in scoring so far for Durham. As Leverage goes to work here on Lions, try to lay that one up, but it's blocked. Libby Hurst getting a hand on that to knock it away. So it'll be inbounded here by Glendening. Gives it up for Littman. Leverage sets the screen that opened up a lane for Littman, but she missed on the shot, and the Wolves take it back. Leah Hurst gets it back here from McNamara. Hurst driving, gets a shot, but it's too short. It hit the edge of the glass. Followed up here. Taken back the other way by Heymanen. So handed off here, Littman. Gives to Leverage. Guarded by Lions. Now a three-point shot from Heineman off target. Followed up here. Glendening came up short. So a couple missed opportunities for the Lords. They haven't scored in a little bit since that 7-0 run. Being a little bit boxed out by this Algonquin defense. Now they'll have to defend. Lions sets the screen for Moore into the paint. And Libby Hurst missed that little layup. And the Lords will counter with a return pass intended for Hymanen. Now broken up here. And Sydney Moore will go to work here. Puts up a shot. No good, but she'll draw the foul and go to the line for two. Second time she's been fouled in this quarter. She'll go to the line once again. And the Lords will get some substitutions here. Morrison and Zara Gallimore coming back in. Emily Glendening and Hannah Hymanen heading off as the first shot is no good from Moore from the free throw line. And she misses that as well, but a rebound gathered up here though. Good awareness by Hatherall and poked out of bounds, and so it was off of Gallimore, so Algonquin will get this ball back. Inbounded now to Moore. She's defended by Thompson. Setting the screen was Libby Hurst. Thompson lost it but gets it back. Time winding down on the shot clock, 4 seconds. They have to shoot it here, and it's off the glass. And the Lords will get a defensive stop and go the other way with Morrison back out there. Brianna Morrison working against McNamara, and a foul called. Looks like the Lords will inbound this here with Shay Littman doing the honors. Gives it to Thompson. She's defended and goes to the net and gets a foul. It was an offensive foul. And so that'll allow the Wolves to reestablish possession here. Hurst gives it up for Moore. And Sydney Moore will feed this on for McNamara, working on Thompson. And the ball went out off of McNamara. Thompson didn't get a touch on it. And so the Lords will get this ball back with just under 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Lords already up to 5 team fouls. And it's off now for Morrison here. Watched by McDonald back out there, and takes another fall just as she got back out there, and her teammates have to help her up a little bit as she went down. And another foul on the Lords here since they're already up to 5. McDonald will go to the line for 2. Trying to shake something off here, and looks like the Algonquin Wolves will be both the Lords and Wolves will back off here and allow Morrison to shoot. A little bit of confusion on the floor, it looks like. So now McDonald hearing it from the crowd, but she still puts up the first shot. Crowd trying to get into it and distract McDonald from doing the honors. And the second one is good. So now it's a 10-7 lead for Algonquin, and they'll maintain possession. Again, Durham Lords haven't gotten much offensively going, anything going offensively, I should say, since that 7-0 run they had earlier on in this quarter, but the Wolves able to shut that down quickly. Again, defense is one of their strengths, and McDonald goes to work on Thompson, but gets blocked the ball off of Thompson. So Wolves will get the ball back with 14 seconds left on the clock. Shot clock, I should say. Inbounded and taken away. Leverage goes the other way. Couldn't get possession of it, so she'll hand it off for Morrison, who then does the same. Gallimore has it taken away. The pass was taken away. Good defensive play by Hurst. She lead it ahead, and it's given up here for McNamara, who puts it in. And so late in this quarter, Sherlin Chance will call a timeout here, as he's not like what he's seen from his team in this back half of this first quarter. Again, things looked a little close at the start. 7-0 run for Durham earlier on in the quarter, but then followed up by another run by Algonquin. So far in this game, Deja Thompson leading the Lords in scoring with 4 points, Emily Glendening with 3, but that's all they've had so far. Deja McDonald on the other side leading the Wolves with 6, Sydney Moore with 2, McNamara and Lyons also with 2. So it might not seem like a lot, but the Lords find themselves down by 5 late in this quarter. And Sherlin Chance trying to rally the troops here a little bit on this timeout late in the quarter. Another key for Durham, they've had 5 turnovers so far, so Algonquin shutting things down defensively and forcing turnovers by the Lords. And they've had 4 points off of those turnovers to show for off of Durham. So the key really is for Durham, just in order to get that offensive flow back, just keep that ball moving like you've been doing before. Doesn't seem easy with, again, such an outstanding defense that the Algonquin Wolves have established here. But you got to take your points in any way late in this quarter if you want to stay in it. Morrison making moves, working against McDonald, I should say. Thompson goes to work, lays it up, but it's too strong. Followed up here on the glass, but no good. Morrison back on it. Brianna Morrison, time winding down on the shot clock, down to 10. She'll put one up. It's short. Followed up here, and off the glass. Gallimore puts it in. The Lords finally get something going, and they'll get the chance for the extra point as well, as Zara Gallimore was fouled underneath. So that's what you want to see out of Durham. Just keep moving that ball around. Look for some shots, some open shots if you can get it. A couple came short, but a good follow-up by Gallimore on the glass. And the extra board missed. Gallimore trying to go back after it, but the Wolves, I should say, quickly converge. And with 26 seconds left in this quarter, here's McDonald. McMara sets the screen, and a foul underneath is called. Leverage talking to the referees about it a little bit, doesn't like the call, but Libby Hurst will be going to the line. This is the first. 4th time the Wolves have been at the line in this first quarter, so if you're Durham, again, you want to kind of stay composed and stay disciplined here, not give this team any more chances to get free points. And a nice defensive play by Leverage on the glass, saving what could have been an extra rebound. Shot clock is off. Lords have one more chance here late in this quarter. Morrison gives it up. Gallimore driving, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line with 5 seconds left in the quarter. So Zara Gallimore, who just came up with 2 big points moments ago, will head to the line. Chance to shoot 2. Gets the first. Second shot is also good for Gallimore. She's got a little run going. Wolves will try one last heave, but a block coming from Thompson as she came back and took it away. from Sydney Moore. Looks like we might have one last play here, though, in this quarter, and we will. Clock set back up to 2 seconds. Moore was fouled, and for the third time in this quarter, Sydney Moore will go to the line. So if you're the Durham Lords, you were hoping to end this quarter off with a bang. You did. 4-0 run you were hoping, but that streak will end as Moore makes the first free throw. Now the shot clock goes, or the regular clock goes back down to 1 second. And Moore makes both. Or excuse me, she was off the line, so still some confusion, I think, with what the clock should be set to here. But Moore should be able to shoot one more. Yes, she will as time goes back up. It was a 3-point attempt, and she was fouled by Thompson, so that's why she'll be shooting 3. Crowd into it here, and Moore makes both. All 3, I should say. And that will do it for the first quarter. So the Lords find themselves down 15-11 to the Algonquin Wolves after the first quarter. And a little bit of a streaky start for Durham. They were down to a 4-0. They were down 4-0 early on, then made a 7-0 run. And then the Algonquin Wolves going on a little run of their own. Durham finding themselves back in a hole. So just a little bit of a streaky start here for Durham. Just defense and offense a little bit inconsistent early on. But some big shots made at the end by Gallimore to kind of get that offensive composure back in the Durham Lords. As for the Algonquin Wolves, very strong start. You got to be pleased with this start in terms of defense against one of the top teams offensively in the Durham Lords. You're on the road, and you're expecting tight competition with this offense, but Algonquin's lived up to the challenge so far, not giving this offense any room to operate or any room to do what they do best. So I'm sure both coaches will be discussing ways for their team to adjust their play as we get set for the second quarter here. In terms of what's next for the Lords on the schedule, this will be their final game. This will be their final game of this homestand. Or tomorrow will be their last game of the homestand, I should say, as the Lacete Coyotes come into the campus Recreation and Wellness Center. And then the Lords will hit the road again. They won't be on the road until December 2nd when they head up to St. Lawrence to face the Surge, and that will be it until the Christmas break. So Durham wrapping up a lengthy homestand here tonight, I should say. It'll be the men who face the Lacete Coyotes tomorrow night. And after that little timeout and break through quarters, we'll see if the Durham Lords can get themselves back into this one. Inbounded here to Thompson. Asia Thompson going to work on Sydney Moore, who hit those big 3 points late in the first, and Thompson has it stripped away. Lords had a chance right away to get things going, but Thompson had it stripped. McDonald gives to Moore, gets away from Thompson, and made a nice little move, and she's fouled again. We're taking an offensive foul, I should say. Thompson looked like got an arm in there, but extra little carry by Moore will allow the Lords to get the ball back. Brianna Morrison will work on McDonald. Gives it up here for Gallimore. Gallimore down. Morrison, Thompson. defended by Moore. Three-pointer here, and it's a little bit too hard for Glendening. Followed up here by Thompson. She'll spin, and shot is too strong from the key. Now Morrison will try a three. That's too strong. And it will come out now for McNamara. And the Lords failing to hit a couple of big shots here to start this second quarter. They did the same mostly in the first as McDonald makes a nice move to get away and puts it in. That's 8 on the night so far for Deja Thompson. She's been off to a good start after the fact she was also injured in that late in that first quarter. As we get a foul here, a stoppage in play. So the Lords will inbound here with Glendening doing the honors with 18 seconds on the shot clock. Lots of time to move this ball around. Thompson trying to give it back to Glendening, but it was stripped away. Nice read by McNamara. McDonald now working against Thompson. Lyon sets a screen. Thompson going to the net, and she's fouled, and she will head to the line once again for 2. So the Algonquin Wolves making the Lords work so far as we get a substitution here. Deja Thompson on her way out. And back in comes Shea Littman. Back to the point about the Wolves making the Lords work here. Making some extra little moves. Drawing the defense in and ultimately getting them to take some fouls here. And this is how they can get their points in this way as well as that top flight offense with McDonald leading the way so far. Lords will have to crawl back into this one all of a sudden down 8 as Leverage trying to plow her way in, but that broken up, and Moore will give it the other way. McNamara with the screen set, lays it up, too strong. Rebound back out for McDonald. A three-pointer is good. Deja McDonald on fire so far to start this second quarter. She's now up to 13. After that three-point shot. Morrison looking to respond. And quiet tonight so far as Brianna Morrison has it stripped away here by McDonald. Has to race back after it. McDonald touched it, so it's not an over and back. Leverage trying to get a quick shot up before the clock expired. No good, it wouldn't have counted anyway, but a shot clock violation, or should I say, a foul will be called here as Leverage was fouled before getting the shot away. So Lords catch a break. Leverage will go to the line for 2. And she gets the roll. She gets the bounce, I should say. That'll give Durham their first point of this quarter. And the second shot is good. So 2 big free throws for Onika Leverage, and she puts them both in. Let's see if that kickstarts the Lords offense a little bit. McDonald going to work, hands it off. McNamara on the corner. Couldn't nail the three as it was too strong. Lords get the rebound. Elevated pass. Morrison just saves it from going out. And she'll get it back into the corner. And now off here. Out high. Littman a 3. That's good. Lords are back in it with a 5-0 run all of a sudden. The 2 free throws. And then the big three-pointer from Shea Littman. Lions, a little too strong, and the ball went out off of Gallimore, so the Lords will have to defend once again. So a couple of big shots It was Leverage first making the 2 free throws, and then Shay Littman followed it up with her first 3 points of the game. 3-pointer from downtown gets the Lords back in it. Only down 6 now. Up now, McNamara hands it off. That's Leah Hurst. Gives it back in. And now Libby trying to bounce it in, but won't be good anyway. Now Libby Hurst will head to the line here as she was fouled. And it looks like we're going to see Deja Thompson come back in here. Brianna Morrison will check out for her. As Libby Hurst will shoot 2. Makes the first. And she also makes the second, the first 2 points of the game for Libby Hurst. The Lords find themselves now down 8. And a pass intended for Littman intercepted, and fortunately for the Lords out of bounds off of Leah Hurst, so they'll get this ball right back. Littman gives to Thompson. She's defended by McDonald. And after Leverage set the screen, a travel here will go against Thompson as she took a little bit too many steps. McDonald gives it up, pass almost intercepted, but followed up here. McNamara gets it out. Hatherall. McDonald working against Thompson, out high. Hurst, 3 off target, followed up, and a rebound off to Libby Hurst, who can't put this one home. So the Lords get a big stop on defense and now try to claw their way back in it again. You only need a little bit of a run. Never know. In the paint, Leverage can get the roll. Went down hard as well. A little frustrated getting up. Leah Hurst the other way. Bulls trying to get coordinated here. Libby Hurst, defended by 3 Lords. In the paint, Hatherall can't get it to go. Rebound followed up, and Thompson will get this the other way. Deja Thompson finds Littman on the other side. There's a couple of moves and gives it up. Gallimore with 7 on the shot clock. Leverage drives to the basket and lays it in. Bonica Leverage gets up to 4 points in the night now. All in this quarter as the other way, Gallimore commits the foul. It looks like we're going to see some substitutions here for the Algonquin Wolves again. And the Lords will also get a substitution here. Morrison back in, as well as Hannah Heymanen. As at the line, Megan McNamara will shoot 2. This is what you can't afford to do if you're the Lords. You're trying to crawl back in this game, and the discipline getting to you a little bit, and that's allowing some easy shots here for the Algonquin Wolves. Can't afford to give a team like this such easy points if you're trying to crawl your way back in it. Morrison. From the key, let it go. No. A nice job by Thompson, and she draws the foul as from behind. That was Leah Hurst who reached in. Or it's going to be on Moore, it looks like. There's Thompson now up to 5 points on the night. Again, that only leads the Lords in scoring as well. Offense kind of split around a little bit as Thompson misses the extra shot, or the second shot, I should say, and a foul the other way. Lions ran right in to Heymanen. That'll be the second personal foul for Jade Lyons. And Jamie McLean, the Wolves head coach, getting an explanation as Moore checks out. So the Lords will get the ball back. Glendening will inbound. Having a little chit chat with the referee for now as she hands it off for Morrison. Gets a return pass from Leverage. Morrison finds Thompson in the paint, and she scoops it up and in. Lays that one up and in, and the Lords get some big points off of that turnover. Only down by 5, with just under 4 minutes to play in this second quarter. McDonald has it intercepted. Morrison taken down. Lords wanted a call, they don't get it, and the ball comes free. Lions got it to McNamara, trying to drive in. Thompson took a spill as well, but the Lord's able to get it and get another big stop on defense. Heymanen working against Hurst, got it to Thompson. And Thompson doesn't get the bounce, followed up though on the glass by Leverage, who puts it in. Lord's starting to come alive here, only within 3. And a pass from McNamara off target. Wolves wanted this ball to go back to them, but no, it was directly out. So Durham a chance to get back in it here, but first we're going to get a timeout. Jamie McLean calling the timeout late in this second quarter as the Lords starting to come to life here. All of a sudden starting to see some better ball movement, better ball management. Defense is a little bit of a concern, a little bit too committed to making the plays defensively, and that's led to the Lords' discipline getting in the way. As the Algonquin Wolves have made 13 of 17 free throws that they've been given, so that hasn't helped the Lords on the scoreboard whatsoever compared to their 7 of 9 free throws made. But if the offense can get some things going like they have been the last little while, then Durham could ride off into the halftime with feeling pretty good about themselves now that they're back into this game. Still plenty of time left in this quarter, though, at 2:58. So we'll see if Jamie McLean's timeout can motivate his troops here. With just under 3 minutes left in the second quarter. And Durham getting the ball back, looking to possibly tie this up with a three-pointer if they get it. Off now to Heymanen. Working against Hurst. Leah Hurst, I should say. There are 2 Hursts out there. Leverage. Does get the foul, though. And Onika Leverage will go to the line, shoot 2. She's been a big factor in the Lords getting this little run together. Couple of big free throws, couple of big plays offensively in the paint, but this is the first one here. And the second one no good as well, but rebound almost went actually. And the other way, it looks like the Lords are going to get called for a foul now. Trill and Chance can't believe it, as the Lords will be up to their 5th team foul of this third quarter. So McDonald off the free setup will go to work here. Gets it up top. Hurst, and a pass for McNamara went off the leg, so the Wolves will maintain possession with 14 left on the shot clock. Leah Hurst will inbound, guarded by Heymanen. McDonald up top, gets a free three-point shot, and it's good. That's her spot right now. She's made 2 of those, 2 for 2 in this quarter, and the other way, Glendening fighting for a loose ball, but she'll get the benefit of the doubt as it went out off Leah Hurst. So now Glendening will inbound, gets it out for Morrison. Brianna Morrison with leverage setting the screen, goes to the net and can't put that one to bed. Does get the foul though, however. And Morrison will go to the line here with a chance to get her first 2 points of the game. Been pretty quiet as of late, not just in this game, but the last couple of games. Morrison's been struggling to find her offensive flow. She misses this one. This first free throw. And the second one too short as well. So Morrison comes up short, and the Wolves have the chance to counter the other way. McDonald. Trying to pass it off, but it's intercepted. Another big play made by Leverage. Turns with it, hands it off. Glendening driving. Can't get that one to go. And the pass intended for McDonald off of the leg of Glendening and out of play. So a free chance for Algonquin to set things back up. With 1:36 remaining in this second quarter, up the court goes Leah Hurst, and an offensive foul is going to be called here, as Leah Hurst barreled into the Lord's defender. So Durham with a free chance to reset here. Leverage at half court, gives it up. Morrison. Guarded by McDonald. Leverage sets the screen. Morrison to the basket. Finally gets one to go. And how big did Brianna Morrison need that? And the team needed it in a big way too. Now back to within 4. McNamara finds Hurst with a 3-point attempt, no good. Rebound followed up. And Hatherall can't get it to go. Let's get another stop here. Hanneman hands it off. Morrison makes a three-point shot and gets called for the foul. As she went back after it, she missed the first 3-point attempt and will pick up the offensive foul. And the Lords now up to 5 team fouls in this quarter now. That'll allow Megan McNamara to go to the line for 2 now. 24th time the Wolves have been to the free throw line And we're not even in halftime yet. Or the 18th time, I should say. As McNamara misses the second, and the Lords are going to get the ball back. So again, team fouls kind of hurting the Lords here. They managed to get the score back to within 5. They're keeping it close against Algonquin in the second quarter, but ultimately, team fouls have been the difference so far. Algonquin getting a lot of easy looks. Morrison makes a move into the paint, leverage. Try to find some options here. Time running down on the shot clock, given away. And with a shot clock off, Morrison will counter, gives it up. Hurst, three-pointer, too short, and rebound out of bounds, and that will do it for the first half. So a 5-point lead for the Algonquin Wolves, looking to keep their win streak alive as they'll head into halftime. And you'll have to think Sherlin Chance will have to give his troops a talking to in this 15-minute break. So we will come back for the third quarter in around 15 minutes, so do not go anywhere.
all really want to win and we all want to work hard towards winning. We don't think that just because we've done so well in the past years that other teams are just going to give it to us. We know that people know who we are because of how well we've done, and we have to work for what we want. These past couple of years have been really good. Team-wise, I've made some of my best friends on this team who I believe will be with me for the rest of my life. And it doesn't feel like we're really friends. It feels like we're more of like a small family because of how closely knit we are.
Honestly, it's a really great program. There's a lot of extras that we have here. We have ETS, which is one of our fitness programs that we go through during the season, which helps with like injury prevention and also helps us improve as players throughout the year. Also, we have a really great coaching staff. We're really hard on academics, and we want to make sure that everyone, while they're doing well on the court, they're also doing well off the court.
The way I approach as a coach, like, you're here to be a student first. You have to be a successful student in order to play volleyball. You have a certain grade point average. If you're a scholarship athlete, you have a certain grade point average to receive that. School is going to get you where you want to be. Once you get that under your belt, then you become the athlete, and that's what we work hard on to make sure that they're successful in the court that way.
You meet a lot of new people on the sports teams and you make a lot of new friends, so it just kind of makes you feel more comfortable coming from high school.
We know it's a big jump going from high school to college. We do open gyms for the summertime. Sometimes we know the kids 2 summers ahead, and we'll have them come out just to meet the girls and train and try to get to the next level of that, and then just help ease that transition.
Getting to know some of the girls before even starting school helped a lot because you kind of you make friends through it because you already have a common interest.
We try our best to make sure that it's a second family and you feel welcome and you feel comfortable. We want them to come in and go, hey, I know 10, 12 other people, and that they feel a little more comfortable and a little more stable.
A lot of the teachers are really understanding for first years, and they try to help you as much as possible. And as long as you let them know when you're missing things and you're going to make up for them, they're pretty understanding of all that.
So when I recruit, I talk to the athletes about potential athletes, what programs they're interested in. We have a lot of good programs that we can utilize here and really try to sell Durham for what it is. We have tons of amenities that a lot of other schools don't have.
We have an academic athletic study room that was provided for us. We all go up there to study sometimes or just to finish homework.
I think it's really good having the team room kind of as a place to go in between class, before practice, after practice really helps out. We have like ice tubs in the back of the room that I usually use almost every time after practice.
The gyms that we have are up to date, nice equipment that we get to utilize, our hitting boxes, our AccuSpike, setting targets, passing targets.
Having like people be there to set it up for us to make sure everything's right and perfect, it's really helpful. It doesn't really put extra stress on us.
One of the big programs that we utilize is the ETS, Elite Training Systems. That's something that a lot of schools don't have for varsity-only training sessions to help your athletes to increase their speed and vertical and to avoid therapy. Therapy we have 2 great trainers every year that are overseen by our therapy staff. Our athletes are usually pretty strong and do avoid injury as much as possible.
We have a great coaching staff. Tony especially, he knows how to reach out to the girls and how to get them motivated during practice.
I think what's so good about our coaching staff is that they respect us as players. Respecting your players is very important and kind of encourages people to play and work hard.
Sometimes when we're looking down and stuff, he'll always try to bring out the positivity, as well as our assistant coaches. Everyone is a well-rounded coach and they always try to help us to the best of their ability.
We always want to give back and say, like, you know, we are a community college and we want to give back to the community.
We raised money for Breast Cancer Awareness Month and for Movember, and we did our annual gift exchange with the YWCA.
we do the best to bring in club teams and like high school teams, elementary teams. When they come in, we do little special signings, like little cards and that, make them feel important, and they go, oh, this is something I can maybe do later on. So we just really want to give back to say, hey, we are Durham College, women's volleyball program. We want to be part of the community, we want to be active, and we want to help as much as we can.
Honestly, just go out and work as hard as you possibly can, even if you think you won't have a starting spot. Everyone works to where they need to get to, and if you want to be on the court, just show it and you'll get there.
I'm in it just to rewrite history, cause I'm in the mood to label us the leaders of the new school. This ain't for the radio, can't find this on YouTube. This the type of killing that these critics ain't used to. Victorious, victorious, victorious. In this day and age, I got time for innovation, time to be creative, time too big to waste on my time on critics hating. Flattered by your opinions, to show you I'll just embrace it. Now watch a early sunrise up, no daylight savings, go nuts when I have to. Glaze back my sound in this beats on the house that we dreaming. Watch me way back up in the gas, so my thoughts are distorted. Cause I recall guys were hating uncommonly, all of them became common denominators. Hold up, try to overlook a rival. All eyes on me cause I got no competition. Now looking at an idol. You're doing long enough to pay for my attention. Man, it's the gospel for the black sheep. I guess it gotta be.
Welcome back. Nearly time for the start of the second half to this game. The Algonquin Wolves with a 5-point lead over the Durham Lords. Scoring side of things, Deja Thompson leading the way for the Lords with 7 points so far. Onika Leverage with 6. Sarah Gallimore with 4. Shay Littman with 3. Emily Glendinning with 3. And Brianna Morrison sitting on 2. And on the other side of things, Deja McDonald, what a night she's had so far. 16 points. Well, 10 of them in that second quarter. Sydney Moore and Megan McNamara each have 5. Libby Hurst and Jade Lyons with 2. So overall, Deja McDonald leading the way in scoring for both, in terms of both teams so far this evening. And if you're the Durham Lords, you got to be happy with the end of that second quarter, but first half not so much in your favor after only having 11, but you got to expect this against a tight defense that the Algonquin Wolves have to offer. So third quarter set to go here. Sydney Moore with the ball, hands it off. And in the paint, too short there for Leah Hurst. And Morrison will bring it back up the court. Brianna Morrison looking to find her offensive game again, trying to coordinate traffic here. Gives it up for Thompson. Guarded by Moore with leverage setting the screen. Thompson to the paint, had her shot blocked. And because it was off of Sydney Moore, it looked like it'll be Durham Lord's ball once again. Thompson will inbound with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Way up high. It's off for leverage. Spins away and gets it in off the glass. So a good start to this third quarter here for the Durham Lords, as Onika Leverage continues her strong night, making some big plays. The other way, McDonald trying to lay it up too short, but gets the call, and she'll head to the line. So that looking to add to her pad the stat night for McDonald, and she makes the first one. Crowd looking to get into it here as McDonald puts in the second. So she makes both, and Thompson immediately heading off. Shea Littman will draw back in. Morrison takes over as the Lords find themselves right back down by 5. And a Morrison guard hard there by McDonald. Leverage. Try to muscle it away from Moore. And the Lords are going to get the benefit of the call as ball will be inbounded here by Littman. Just getting some information at the scores table before Littman puts it back in play. Now it does for Morrison. McDonald gets right on her quickly, and what's the call here? Did the clock not move? I don't believe it did. Maybe an issue with the clock. Jamie McLean getting an explanation now. The referees will have a little conversation with each other as to what the call is here. A lot of hollering going on down there, but looks like Littman will inbound it regardless. Morrison had it stripped away by McDonald, but gets it back. Leverage, that's a 3, and no good. Had to get it off in a hurry as the shot clock was expiring. Now the Wolves take over with McDonald leading the charge. McNamara hands it off. Lions guarded, and she tried to put it off the backboard, it in too strong. McNamara gets it free. Hurst. And you're going to see a foul on the Lords here. And immediately, 2 team fouls for the Lords. So again, we highlighted this. Team fouls has hurt the Lords so far in this game. They've got up to 5 for each of the first 2 quarters, and they're already up to 2 here. And that's allowed the Algonquin Wolves to get some easy points off some free throws. And Hurst has it taken away. Good read coming from Gallimore. And it's off now to Littman, who stops up. Guarded hard here by Moore. Now a offline pass taken away. McDonald read it perfectly, and she goes the other way and scores, lays it up and in. And now Deja McDonald with 20 points on the night, 4 in this third quarter. As she's continued her strong play, and another defensive play by McDonald. And just the scoring that the Wolves have needed so far tonight. Lyons feeds it up. McNamara finds Hurst in the paint, and now taken away as Lyons drove in. And the Lords back up with it, Littman. Morrison takes over, guarded by McDonald. Leverage, now working on Lyons. Out for Littman, has it taken away, and it's going to go the other way. They're going to say it went right out of Littman's hands and not touched. And we're going to have a timeout the other way. So, not a bad start by any other team's means, but the Durham Lords now find themselves down 7, and again, ball management's not the way they wanted to handle it tonight. A couple of off-balance shots, a couple of turnovers, and on the other end, again, we talked about the foul front. 5 fouls for the Lords in each of the first 2 quarters, and now up to 2 here. So unless they change that, Algonquin will get some bonuses here. Should that stay the same? Timeout session coming to an end here. Dylan Chance giving one last little talk before the Lords come back out of the court. Timeout coming just under 3 minutes in to this quarter. As the Wolves inbound from their own end, and who else? McDonald leading the charge, watched by Thompson. They'll be guarding each other all night. And over the top pass in the paint, Hurst trying to gather it back up, and coming up with it, Gallimore. But the ball is going to stay with the Wolves, it looks like. Referee's confirming the call, and Sydney Moore will inbound it. McDonald takes the pass. From the key, puts it up, too short. Rare miss for McDonald so far. Haven't seen her miss a lot tonight. The Lords will take that and go the other way. Leverage finds Thompson. She'll take one from the key, it's good. Deja Thompson knocks down a big shot. Lords back to within 5. Now the defense will have to make a couple of stops here. Thompson drives in, can't get the bounce. Rebound followed up. Hurst from the key, that's too strong. Hurst came away with it. Or excuse me, Leverage came away with it for the rebound, and they're going to call this the other way. So Libby Hurst picks up the foul. And in terms of the foul watch, teams have to be a couple players to watch here. Deja Thompson sitting on 3 fouls in the game, as does Emily Glendening. And Libby Hurst just picked up her 3rd. So it's 5 fouls in a row, and those 3 will have to hold back on another 2. As the other way, Thompson, she gets something going. Lords now within 3 off a 5-0 run out after the timeout. Hurst has it taken away. Glendening read the pass, but this will come back for Algonquin. Good read by Emily Glendening, who's been a little bit quiet herself since the first quarter. The 1 3-pointer she has is all the offense she has going so far tonight. As driving in Thompson, McDonald has it taken away. Morrison the other way, rushes with speed, and a great job coming back by McDonald. Defense to offense, she gets the block on Morrison, charging the other way. But the Lords still will inbound here with Glendening, giving it to Thompson. Working against Hurst, and she's, nope, not going to call it. Travel on Thompson. Would have been nice to get that 3-point play, but instead Thompson took a little extra step, and so that's enough to get the travel call. Algonquin with another chance here, nearly taken away, and Leverage tried to save it, gave it away, and an easy layup for Hatherall. So Algonquin lead back up to 5 now, just halfway through this third quarter, as it's knocked away by Lions. So the Lords will get this ball back. Substitution coming up here. Littman coming back in. Looks like Major Thompson on the sidelines will be heading out through the opposite way as it's taken away. Sydney Moore came up with it and able to get it to Leah Hurst. Now Moore back with it. Guarded by Littman. Hands in the air, and Littman forces the turnover. It's a huge ovation from her bench as she forced Moore to step out of bounds. So the Lords will come back up with Morrison, giving it to Leverage. Up top, 3-pointer coming, too short from Littman, whose only points in the game coming off a 3-pointer. Wolves cycling the ball around here. McNamara driving in, and the pass taken away but tipped out of bounds. So the Wolves get this ball back. And they'll make substitutions. Thompson, Morrison, McDonald right back out there. And coming off is Leah Hurst. So she'll get a rest. As Moore inbounds, gets it way out, and the pass tipped. Good job. And then given away. And driving the other way. McNamara has it knocked away, and the Lords are going to get this ball back. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout on the floor here. Wolves are going to get it. And so Durham just not able to get too much going after the strong start to this third quarter. Still find themselves down by 5, and if you're the Algonquin Wolves, that's exactly how you want to be playing right now. Just keep things tight. Durham doesn't like to keep things tight. They're a high-scoring team, and so for them to come in and keep things tight and keep a lot of Durham's best players, keep their numbers short, you got to be really happy about that. I'm sure Jamie McLean just giving them a little bit of a reminder of what this offense can do and telling them to tighten things up a little bit more as well. You'd also want to get your offense going in the late stages of this quarter and going into the fourth. So after the timeout, Durham will come away with this ball. And we'll see if, once again, if the Lords can get something going. little streaky in this game. 1 minute they're on, the next they're off, and again, that comes from defense. Algonquin not letting Durham let Durham running away with anything. As Morrison gets the pass, gives it on for leverage and back, but the pass a little too far ahead, but Lords are going to get the benefit here as the ball was touched by the Wolves. So Littman will inbound. Gets it up top, leverage, working on Lyons. Drives in, a little too strong off the board. And they go down to the floor, and this one's going to go the other way, it looks like. Algonquin will get this ball back after Zara Gallimore hit the floor. And the ball tipped. Glendening got it for a second, but following up Thompson nearly collided with her own teammate. That would have been disastrous as McDonald and McNamara came together. Looks like we're gonna have another foul here against the Lords. And that's gonna be 4 for Emily Glendening, so one more, she's out. Lords will not want to afford to having to lose one of their better three-point shooters in a game where you need points. Now down by 6 as Lyons goes to the line. Misses the second one, but still able to get the first. Morrison up the floor. Watched by McDonald. And the ball tipped by McDonald. Saved though. Good job by Gallimore. Lays it up for Onika Leverage, who puts it in. And Morrison got a touch on it, so the ball back with Algonquin. Clinging to a 4-point lead of the Algonquin Wolves with 2:40 remaining in this third quarter. If you're Durham, you're not used to being held to just 30 points, or just over 30 points this late in the third quarter. Over 70 last game against the Seneca Sting. Again, known for a high-flying offense, but again, tough challenge with Algonquin, who's known for defense in this game tonight. Looks like they're having a conversation on whether this ball is going to be put back in bounds. Littman trying to get in the way of Moore, and McDonald pressure comes away with it though. Gets it out for Lyons. Moore, and a travel call. Offensive foul, you rarely see that tonight from the Wolves. So Durham will get a big break and get this ball back. Morrison up the floor. Trying to get it, that one to leverage, bobbled it, but gathers it back up. She'll work it in, and she'll be called for a travel as well. Took a little too many steps, and so travel calls going the other way. McDonald will take it back here for Algonquin. Gives it up. Sydney Moore drives to the basket, and she's fouled. And she will head to the line to shoot two. Fourth team foul of the quarter for Durham. And that'll be the third on leverage as well. So another player hits the 3 foul warning. So leverage has got to be careful not to pick up 2 more, as Moore misses the first. Sydney Moore's been drawing a lot of fouls tonight. This is her 5th time at the line, if I'm not mistaken, and she lays up the second one. So the lead is back to 5 for Algonquin. Leads haven't been changing a lot. Again, mostly been kept tight by the Wolves, but If you're Durham, you'll take that as well, as Thompson the other way misses both layups, and the Wolves come away with it with McDonald coming the other way. McDonald gives it up, a three-pointer here. McIntyre can't get it to go. Morrison hands it off here. Thompson got away, hands it off, and a three-pointer too short. That was Littman coming up short again, and a 2-on-1 the other way. Morrison gives it up. McNamara puts it in. So now a minute 10 remaining in this quarter. The lead back up to 7 for Algonquin. Fords can use some points here late. Thompson trying to get them, but off the rim. She was fouled though, and she'll head to the line for 2. Asia Thompson a little bit quiet in this third quarter. Only 11 points. But she'll get a chance to get a couple of points back here. First point is good. Thompson missed the second one, but gets the rebound though. Out for Littman. Quickly guarded, so she gets it back for Thompson. Morrison now will try a three. That's too strong, and bouncing around and nearly got the pounce the Lords were looking for. But instead the Wolves come away with it, with McDonald giving it up. 40 seconds left in this quarter, and the Lords force a turnover. Littman getting in the way of the pass. Shea Littman gives it up. Morrison, jumper, got it. So Morrison gets up to 4 points now, gets the Lords back to within 4. We use one more stop here in this quarter. McDonald, watched by Thompson, and the two of them come together. Ball given up, and nice interception by Morrison. Lords will have one more chance here. Thompson up the floor. Watched here, the countdown is on. Thompson has to get it up. She does. No good. She was looking for the foul as she went down, but doesn't get it. And so the Lords will head into this fourth quarter trailing by 4. 40-36 is the score in favor of the Algonquin Wolves. And if you're Jamie McLean, you got to be pretty happy with the way things have gone for your team defensively. Not a lot of offense going on in this game, but against a team like Durham, you'll take this. Trillen Chance, on the other hand, looking to get his offense going. They got off to a 4-0 run, or ended off the third quarter on a 4-0 run. So you'll see if that can motivate the troops here as we head into the fourth quarter. Got to think some adjustments will be made after the Lords got some life in the late stages of the quarter. As we mentioned, this will be the last time the Lords will see home court in the year of 2022, as they will be on the road for the rest of December. Going back to the schedule here, Durham will be in St. Lawrence on December 2nd, and then that will be the last game of the year of 2022. They'll begin 2023 on January 4th in Niagara. Next home game here for Durham won't be until January 24th, when the Georgian Grizzlies are in town. That'll be the start of another long homestand, another long 4-game homestand. But for now, the Durham Lords look to take care of business here against this tough Algonquin team with this tough defense. Leading scorers through the 3 quarters so far. Deja Thompson still leading the Lords, but only up to 12 now. Onika Leverage getting up to 10. Brianna Morrison and Zara Gallimore up to 4 each. Shea Littman and Emily Glendening up to 3. And Morrison's got the ball here. Gives it up. Littman, quick 3, too strong. Rebound followed up. McNamara getting it free for McDonald, who leads all players in scoring tonight with 20 on the night. Moore, too strong, but she's fouled. And again, Sydney Moore will go to the line. 6th time Moore's been to the free throw line tonight, and again, you don't want to see this early in this quarter in a game where you're trying to come back. Durham getting a little undisciplined and taking some fouls. Although it is tough to defend a quick team like Algonquin, as Moore makes the first free throw. Crowd getting into it again, and Moore makes the second. Again, total times, Wolves have been to the line 26 times tonight, 27 make it compared to Durham's 15. As Morrison can't get the bounce. And it's followed up here. McDonald up with it. She'll lead the rush the other way. Moore, guarded by Littman. She'll drive to the basket and puts it off the glass and in. So Sydney Moore now up to 10. She's done all the scoring so far to begin this 4th quarter. Morrison looking to make something happen. Leverage. Got it away. And now goes to the basket and puts it in. Gets the roll. Onika Leverage now up to 12 now. Tying Thompson for the lead and scoring for the Lords tonight. As getting free to the basket, that's Hatherall. And she puts it in. Morrison gives it up. Gallimore back to Morrison. And a 2 way short from Leverage. Follow-up, though, is good. Morrison gets the Lords back to within 6. A little bit of a streaky start this quarter for both teams as the ball's knocked away. And it's going to be called back for the over and back against the Algonquin Wolves. McLean can't believe it. Talking to the referee about it, he thought that ball was deflected off of Morrison. And it looked like it was, but I'm not sure if they're going to reverse this at all. And you can see Jamie McLean, the Wolves head coach, heated as the ball's inbounded to Leverage. Goes to the basket. Can't get the roll, though. And the Wolves follow it up with Moore coming the other way. So Algonquin survives after what could have been a crucial call in this game. Given to McDonald here. Hatherall. Moore. Hatherall again from the key. Too strong. Rebound followed up by Gallimore. Morrison up the floor. Littman out for Leverage. Morrison fake the 3. Steps back. Now fires away. Too strong. And the rebound comes right out for Hurst. McDonald the other way. Finds Hurst again. Gathers it back up. Out high for Moore. Gallimore quickly converges on her. McDonald gets it right back from Leverage, who blocked the pass originally. McNamara, 3-pointer coming with the shot clock expiring. And the shot is short. Leverage up with the rebound for Thompson. Aisha Thompson going end to end, gives it up. A 3-pointer coming, too strong from Littman. He's had a few good looks from 3-point land so far. The other way, McDonald gets taken down by Leverage. Looked like McDonald stopped up a little bit. Leverage just winded up on top of her, fell on top of her. And that's going to be a foul on Leverage. That'll be her 4th. And so McDonald will go to the line. And you don't want this to be happening if you're the Durham Lords once again. Already up to 3 team fouls in this quarter as McDonald puts the first one home. And the second is good as well, and immediately we will get a substitution here. I thought it was a timeout originally, but Hannah Heymanen will come back in. Onika Leverage checks out for now, so we might see her come back into the game later on, just a little bit of a rest. As Thompson comes up the floor. Watched by McDonald. Gathers it back up. Now leaves it. Heymanen. Littleman. And three-pointer coming too strong from Glendening. Struggling a little bit from three-point land tonight. Only 1 of 5. Now a stretch pass here. McDonald behind everybody. Can't get it to go. Rebound swatted out, but Lords are going to get the benefit of the call. They're going to say it's off McDonald. And the Lords will take it the other way. And you got to think you got to get something going here. Under 6 minutes left, you're down by 8. And Heymanen leading the charge so far. Out for Thompson. Gets away from McDonald, lays it up, and doesn't get the roll. A couple of times tonight where Durham hasn't been able to get that final roll. A little bit too strong off the end boards and the rim. Now a three-pointer from McNamara is good. And so the lead is up to 11 for Algonquin, their largest of the night. And he's starting to really crawl away from Durham here. They've only had 4 points in this quarter so far. Glendening, three-pointer, got it. And did Durham need that in the worst way possible? Second three-pointer of the game for Emily Glendening. She needed that. Her team needed that. But the other way, an offensive foul is going to be called. And once again, head coach Jamie McLean can't believe it. Libby Hurst got hit in the eye, it looked like. I think that's what McLean is arguing about. But we're going to get a timeout called here. Trillin Chance calling the timeout, looking to maybe get a play going to get Durham some more points. So that was a big three-pointer from Emily Glendening, trying to get some energy back into the Lords after they had just given up a three-pointer to Megan McNamara. And so you only find yourselves down by 7 with 4:42 remaining in this final quarter. Ultimately, you could say down the line tonight that free throws might have been the difference. Algonquin 22 of 29, 75% from the free throw line compared to Durham. They only had 15 tries, so Algonquin, the more disciplined team tonight, that can ultimately be the difference, but this one far from over. Lords looking for one final push in the back half of this quarter. Looking to finish strong after a tough start. Lords haven't led all game long. It's been all Algonquin in that department when it comes to who's led so far. Lords trying to change the narrative down by 7. Thompson up the floor. And you see Leverage back out there. The ball comes loose though. Lions up with it. And it's off now to McDonald. Finds McNamara in the corner. It's good for 3. Megan McNamara comes up with 2 huge three-pointers for Algonquin. And that puts them back up by 11. Thompson looking to make something happen. Morrison for Glendening. Watched by Sidney Moore. And the reach and foul will be called against Moore. Good patience by Glendening. So now off to Thompson. Gets away from the check of McNamara. And Thompson does get the roll. 9-point game, 3:50 remaining. If you're Durham, you need some stops right here. Lions up top. McDonald gives to Moore the three-pointer. Little too strong, and the rebound comes down, gathered up by Thompson. She'll direct traffic as Lords start back ahead. Thompson around the check of McNamara, and a couple of other shoves in there, and it looks like this is going to go the way of the Lords as Glendening will inbound. Thompson. Leverage sets the screen. Thompson going at Lions, the three-pointer. That's too strong, followed up, and McNamara comes away with the rebound. Moore up the floor quickly, goes to the basket, and layup too strong. Lords get a defensive stop as Morrison comes the other way, watched by McDonald. Morrison, three-pointer, that's too strong, and the rebound followed up by Leah Hurst, who gets it for McDonald. 2:47 to go, still a 9-point or 7-point game, I should say. Moore, guarded by Thompson, finds Hurst, gets away, and can't get the roll. Couldn't get the bounce. As she took the shot up high, now a shot missed from Lions, so another couple of big breaks for the Lords as they get another couple of stops. Thompson looking to come back the other way. Hellickson, three-pointer's good. From Glendening, I should say. She's got 9 on the night, all of them from three-point land. And we got ourselves a game again. 2 minutes left. 6-point game, a takeaway, and a lead pass here, and a foul's going to be called on McDonald. She got in the way of Littman, cut her off. And so the Lords will get the ball back, a chance to set things up. Going to get some substitutions here. Morrison and Thompson head out for now. And checking back in, Gallimore. Oh no, Thompson's just going to stay out there. She just went to the bench for some words from the coach, I guess. Littman finds Glendening. Looking to make another three-pointer happen. It's blocked though. Moore got in the way, and then what's the call here? Thompson and Hurst went down, and Thompson's going to get the benefit of this call. She'll go to the line for two. So Durham now in the bonus as opposed to what was happening the first two quarters as the Algonquin Wolves hit the five-team foul mark of the fourth quarter. But Thompson, though, misses the first free throw. Glendening also coming back from the bench after a short little meeting with Sterling Chance. And maybe a little bit of confusion here. Referee's going over to the scores table. And wait a minute. Apparently a timeout was called here, it looks like. Yes, it was. A timeout was called by Jamie McLean, the I guess the scorekeepers didn't take note of it, so we're going to take a break here. I'm not sure if they'll count that first free throw from Thompson if that's the case. But in regards to that, Durham trying to get a little bit of a spark going in this quarter. They've been outscored 14-12. Things have been kept close, but just again, that tough defensive mark that you have to go up against from this Algonquin team. Things have been kept slow, not at your pace. It has to be tough. And now Sherlin Chance a little bit upset as Morrison checks right back in. He was having a little bit of words with the referee. So I guess they did count the first shot of Thompson. So the second shot will also not go. And I'm going to also say Leverage swatted the rebound out of bounds, and so Algonquin gets this ball back. Minute 51 remaining. Things looking a little oblique for the Lords. Down by 6. As Thompson had a chance to make it a 4-point game, missed 2 clutch free throws. Wolves will cycle it around here. In the paint, Lyons gets the shot to go, banked it in. And the lead is up to 8. Morrison. Leverage. Working on Lyons. Got it to Morrison again, and this time she banks it in. You can hear Sherlin Chance trying to get the defense going. One more might be able to steal it here from Algonquin. Thompson, McDonald looking for it. She gets it. 8-point lead with 1:09 remaining. Thompson. Durham has to get something going quickly if they want a chance to stay in it here. Thompson working on McNamara. Got it to Morrison. Brianna Morrison, jumper, too strong, and the rebound grabbed by Moore. And so this will just about do it here. 2-possession game as a jump shot coming here. That's off target, but the second chance put in by Hatherall. So a timeout will be called here. One final timeout here for Sherlin Chance with the Lords down by 8. So with 22 seconds to go, things not looking too bleak for the Lords. And again, things kept really close in this game, just the way Algonquin was looking to keep it. But the Durham Lords will fall short here tonight, suffering their first loss of the season. After again, what was a very close game, Lords find themselves down by 10 with 22 seconds remaining in the fourth. And again, ultimately, you could say defense was a difference, you could say discipline was a difference, but neither of those categories went Durham's way tonight. Particularly just 50 points put up against Algonquin. So with 36.2 seconds left, Lords will have to take this and get it to Morrison, and the 3 is good. Maybe, wait a minute, maybe not done yet. Lords have to foul here. Still down by 7, and the lead pass given away. Lead pass way out of the reach of a streaking Hatherall. And so maybe one more quick 3 might get the Lords some life here. Morrison up the floor. Got it to Glendening. Working on Moore, and Moore staying strong on her, and last touch by Sydney Moore, so the Lords will have to inbound this quickly. 18.1 left. Morrison again. Shot is blocked from the 2-point line. This will ultimately do it here. Shot clock is off. And McDonald will get it ahead. McNamara just plays keep away, and McDonald will keep the ball, and that will do it. The Durham Lords suffer their first loss of the season as the Algonquin Wolves come into Oshawa and defeat the Durham Lords 60-53, a 7-point difference. And again, you can ultimately argue that defense and discipline was the difference in this one. The Wolves were 22 of 29 from the free throw line in this one. Only 8 of 17 were the Durham Lords. You could ultimately say that was the difference. But the Lords will take their first loss of the season, maybe hope to gain a learning experience out of this. But their next game in St. Lawrence on December 2nd, a week from tonight. So don't go anywhere. We have the men's match coming up next between Algonquin and Durham, so stay tuned.